Hey, it's Dusty Showers from Creepy Creatures, and I'm here with one of my favorite animals in all of Florida. This is a big, fat water moccasin. And you can see, well, it's taken off on me, but check its tail out. Water moccasins, also called cottonmouths, it's the same snake. These guys are related to rattlesnakes. So they're actually pretty much like a rattlesnake without a rattle. But rattlesnakes aren't the only snakes that rattle their tail. They're just the only ones that happen to have a rattle. So these guys are actually pit vipers. And like pit vipers, in the pit viper family, you get cottonmouths, you get rattlesnakes, you get copperheads, and I gotta go get my snake. Now this might just be the fattest one I've caught in a long time. Some people tell me that they've caught 6, 7, even 8-foot water moccasins. And if you've got a water moccasin that's 8 feet long, you either can't really measure or you don't have a water moccasin. These guys just don't get that big. They really only get about 2 feet to 4 feet at the biggest.
Cousins.
And that thick body is a trait that helps distinguish them between a closely related snake, the banded water snake, which, if you don't know what you're looking at, they look almost identical. The banded water snake will even flatten its head to make it look like it's a venomous snake, just like this guy. The difference is, though, these guys are pit vipers, so they have holes in their face and they sense heat with that. The non-venomous banded water snake doesn't have that. These guys also have vertical pupils. The banded water snake has round pupils. Now, some people think that you can tell if a snake is venomous by the shape of its pupils, but that's not always true. Like coral snakes are venomous, but they have round pupils. And if you're getting close enough to a snake to look in its eyes to tell if it's venomous, and you can't otherwise tell, you shouldn't be that close to the snake. Now, they also think that these guys will come after people. And it's not that they come after people, but what it is they try to flee. And sometimes they don't know which way to flee, so in doing that, they just head towards somebody and that person thinks they're being chased when really that snake is just trying to get away. So if this snake started coming at me, which it's kind of doing, but if I just sit still, it's gonna go right past me. These guys have a hemotoxic venom, unlike the coral snake, which when you get bit by one of these guys, it does real damage. It breaks down your blood cells so that your blood can't clot and you get these wicked, wicked wounds. You don't want to be known as the guy that got bit kissing a water moccasin. The other kind of snake venom is neurotoxic, which is what the coral snake has and what cobras have. And with that, it shuts down your central nervous system, so it makes it hard to breathe, and in some cases impossible to breathe, and that's what kills you. With these guys, it's the wound itself that they bite you and it slowly begins to fester and the skin dies, and the wound just keeps going and going for weeks or even months until eventually it can cause death. Death with these guys is very uncommon, but it's gonna make your life real miserable and things are gonna get real expensive. Now, these guys are known as a water moccasin, so they like water, but they don't have to have water. They can do almost just as well without water, but they're at home around the water. They like to eat frogs and fish. Some cases they'll even eat baby alligators, and we've got alligators all over here. And they're snakes, so they don't care. They'll even eat other baby water moccasins. They have a litter about every 2 to 3 years. Now, these guys have live birth, so they have eggs inside, and those eggs develop inside, and then when they're ready to be born, all the babies come out and they're alive. And again, they're snakes, so they don't care. Once they're born, the babies are on their own. There's no such thing as a snake nest where you have a nest of mother snakes nursing their young, which if you ever find a snake nursing its young, get off the drugs. They don't do that. Snakes aren't mammals, so they don't nurse their young. Once they have their babies, they're on their own. These guys are called cottonmouths because the white of their mouth, and they'll even use that to display. So they'll open up their mouth and readily show you that they've got that big white mouth. It's almost like they know that they're called a cottonmouth, and they're saying, stay away. Where are you going? Oh, come on, man. Don't make me get up. It's hot out. Now, pit vipers like this guy have hinged fangs. So when he's just laying there like this, his fangs are folded up in his mouth. But when he goes to bite, those things hinge out like syringes coming at you. You want to be very careful. Sitting like this, it's not going to bite me. And as I get older, I get a little bit more careful. But a bite by one of these guys is really, really going to ruin your day. And don't try to kiss them. God forbid you become known as the guy that kissed the water moccasin. Uh-oh, the neighbors are coming. I don't know how the neighbors feel about me shooting videos with cottonmouths in the driveway. Oh, and little dogs. So what do you do if you find one of these guys? It's always a good idea to think ahead of time and find 2 or 3 of your local trappers that deal with venomous reptiles and have their number handy. Because a lot of times when you see these guys, you might only see them for a brief time and then they disappear. And not all trappers can just drop everything to get out to your house to get a snake. So it's always good to have 2 or 3 people on standby. This guy happened to be sitting in the same place for over a day. So by the time I got out there, he was just sitting there waiting to come home. Now I'm going to show you a cool trick. With these guys, when you get close to them, they'll actually spit venom into your eyes. No, that's not true, just kidding. Now if you look close, you can see their little tiny pits, and that's how they sense heat, and that's how they track down their prey. That, along with their tongue, which kind of smells things. It's connected to something called their Jacobson's organs. They have eyesight, but they don't really rely on it. Snakes are totally awesome, and you shouldn't just go around killing any snake that you find. They can be dangerous, so you have to use your best judgment. But definitely keep numbers of trappers handy so that if you ever run into a snake and you're not sure if it's venomous, they can get out and take care of it for you. I'm Dusty Showers from Creepy Creatures. Always be kind to possums, pit bulls, and water moccasins. If you're not sure how to hold a venomous snake, it's probably best not to. And if you're not sure if it's venomous, it's probably best to not hold it. They are so cute, though, aren't they? How can you not love that face? It's so cute. Almost cute enough to kiss, but then I don't want to be known as the guy that got bit by a water moccasin in the lip trying to kiss it. So note to self, don't kiss rattlesnakes. Don't kiss water moccasins. Probably only, no, that's not even a good idea. It is hot out here, man. It's spring and it's 95 degrees. Even the snake is sweating. Just kidding, snakes don't sweat. They're cold-blooded. All right, we're gonna go find a nice, safe, wet place for this guy. Say goodbye. You can kiss it. Thanks for watching my video on water moccasins. Sorry if the quality wasn't 100%, but it's tough shooting snake videos with a venomous snake on a 95-degree driveway while you got neighbors walking by. But I really appreciate you checking it out, and always be kind to snakes, especially the venomous ones. They need help. So check out creepycreatures.net and always be kind to possums and pit bulls and you know the whole spiel. Sit, possum, sit. Good possum.